it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new recent reads video. The first book on this list is called The Glass Witch. This story is a middle grade urban fantasy following a young plus-size witch who must break a curse that she accidentally enacts, if that makes any sense. I rated this book 3 out of 5 stars because I enjoyed it and I liked it, but I didn't love it as much as I was really expecting to. The world building was very unique and inventive and very immersive. The plot was super fast-paced and super intriguing and engaging. The friendships were so lovely and so wonderful. I loved the plus-size representation as well as the Muslim representation in the main character's best friend, and the friendships were so great, and the family dynamics were also so lovely and so wonderful. I wished that this book was about 100 pages longer, however, because I feel like there would have been more time to develop everything. You know what I mean? But that's to be expected since it is a middle grade book, and I expect middle grade books to be shorter just because they are obviously tailored towards a younger audience, and I'm not age-wise in that younger audience, you know what I mean? But anyway, the point is, this book was good and it was great. I would gladly read more from the author in the future, so with all that said, I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Callie and the Champions of Helston. This book is a middle grade fantasy, and it follows a young non-binary knight, and it explores gender and identity amidst swords. First of all, in my November TBR, I mentioned that this book is a graphic novel because Goodreads says that it is one, but it isn't one. Second of all, I didn't enjoy this book as much as I was really expecting to, and I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. First of all, the world building, even though it was interesting and intriguing, there was also so much going on that for me it felt more confusing than anything else, if that makes any sense. The plot was super fast-paced and it was super intriguing, but since the world building was harder to get into than I was anticipating, I didn't love this book as much as I was really expecting to. The characters definitely had potential and they were distinct, and I enjoyed the friendships and the family dynamics and the queer representation and everything like that. But overall, for me, retrospectively, I didn't love this book as much as I was really expecting to, and I just really wanted to like this book so much, and I just didn't, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes the books that you're highly anticipating disappoint you, and that's fine. So anyway, all that to say, I definitely understand the hype for this book, but I don't agree with it, and I won't be reading the sequel. So all that to say, I rated this book 3 out of 5 stars, and take that as you will. The next book on this list is called Showful Too. This story is a YA contemporary that follows a young Bangladeshi American girl who's trying to win a film competition as well as trying to get into her dream school across the country. This story is absolutely so good, and it really exceeded my very low expectations. I had super low expectations for this book for 2 main reasons. First of all, I have DNF'd the author's previous book so many times. Second of all, I understand that there are certain elements of this book that are based off of the fact that Tom Holland went undercover at the author's high school when he was filming the first Spider-Man, because I guess he wanted to study American high schools since he's British and has never been to one before. You know what I mean? And I'm usually not the biggest fan of celebrity romances, but in this book it literally worked so well, and I just really enjoyed this book. It was so good. First of all, the main character's relationship with her parents felt so authentic and so well done. Second of all, like I mentioned, the romance was so natural and it felt so well developed and so distinct. Third of all, the sister relationship as well as her friendships felt so lovely and so wonderful, and I just really enjoyed this book so much. The plot was so intriguing and so engaging. This book is so good, and it's definitely worth all of its hype and so much more. I love the conversations surrounding the main character's mental health as well as her race. You know what I mean? This book is so good. Anyway, all that to say, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I really enjoyed it. So with that said, I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called The Second Death of Edie and Violet Bond. This story is a YA paranormal historical fantasy and follows a young girl who's a traveling medium with her twin sister in Sacramento in 1885, and somebody is hunting mediums, so she and her sister must try to uncover a killer who will stop at nothing to cheat death. I hope that makes sense. This story is absolutely so good, and it was so awesome. I typically don't love paranormal stories or books that are advertised for fans of Stalking Jack the Ripper, but I really enjoyed this book. First of all, the world building was so atmospheric, and it was so well done. Second of all, the plot was so intriguing and so engaging. Third of all, the sister relationship felt so natural and so well developed. Fourth of all, the romance was so cute and so lovely. Literally, this book is so good, and I was so immersed in every single second of it because it felt so awesome. It is so good. This book is absolutely so underrated, and with all that said, I would highly recommend it. The last book on this list, and certainly not the least, is called Hazel Hill is Gonna Win This One. This book is a middle-grade contemporary following a young sapphic main character who devises a plan with her new friends to take down the school's golden boy after discovering that he has been sexually harassing many girls within her grade. This book is absolutely so fantastic, and it's so well done. I had really high expectations for this book, and thankfully this book met those expectations because I just really enjoyed it. First of all, the subject matter was talked about literally so well, and it's so timely, and it's absolutely so important. Second of all, the plot was so intriguing and so engaging. Third of all, the writing style was so easy to understand, and the characters were so well developed and so distinct, and I loved the friendships so much. This book is absolutely so good. It really reminded me of Drew LeClaire Gets a Clue and how to be a girl in the world, if that makes any sense. Literally, this book is so good, and it deserves so much more hype. I was expecting, though, I will say, the main character's sexuality to be more prominent in the story. It was very casual, and don't get me wrong, I love casual queer books, but that's the only thing about this book that I thought would have more screen time than it actually did, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that does. But anyway, the point is, this book is so good, and it's absolutely so awesome, and it's super engaging, and it's super timely, and super important. So anyway, all that to say, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and with that said, I would highly recommend it. So, in conclusion, I hope that these book recommendations and reviews are helpful when you're checking out books to read. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the panda emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!